What is up, everybody? So I've got this awesome match here to show. No, I'm joking, it's not even that awesome. It's mainly just a test video that I'm thinking of, just a couple of ideas around the side of the screen. I've got my trainer on the side for, I don't know, pretty detail, along with my name and my Pokemon at the bottom. So I've got Trevenant, Kangaskhan, little in-joke there, Noivern, Malamar, Greninja and a Ninjask. Just to point out that my Ninjask is terrible. As you'll see here, it'll get completely destroyed. So I'm playing against a guy named FlameSR. I came across him randomly online, and I thought this would be an interesting match to upload as a test. But also because I want to show you how interesting Malamar is. It's probably one of my new favourite Pokemon. So at the start here I've got a Trevenant, and I thought it'd be interesting to, perhaps do some Leech Seeding Will-O-Wisp. I use this Pokemon as a special defense. It's not extremely high in either of the defenses, but it can be extremely annoying as a wall. It's weak to its Ice Beam, but I managed to get a Leech Seed, which I then would be able to use for my Ninjask, which actually doesn't play out, as you'll see in a bit. So again, FlameSR goes here for another Ice Beam. And my Trevenant held off for quite a while. Unfortunately took an Ice Beam, it's super effective, and it died. Now, I was going to go for a Ninjask buff here, and as you can see, my Ninjask is that bad in IVs. It's not an IV'd Ninjask, it's just EV'd. It was actually outsped by the Mewtwo Y, and it was taken down with a super effective Ice Beam. The strategy I go for is while in Leech Seed, I have my Ninjask gaining health rather than Substitute, perhaps giving me another chance to do a Swords Dance. So I switched to my Malamar, named Sweeney Todd appropriately, and it has an awesome ability called Contrae, so every time I use the move Superpower, I'm actually gaining buffs instead of debuffs. Superpower lowers your attack and defense, but in the ability Contrae actually reverses this, and I then gain attack and defense. So I'm now at +1 with a Malamar. I didn't actually expect him to go out with Draw and go into a Poliwrath, but it was a smart move considering Poliwrath is a fighting type, so it will be able to withstand a future Superpower, which it did. And what I'm surprised about is that my Malamar is actually faster than his Poliwrath, despite not being EV'd in speed. So I've got a now +2 in Superpower, and what happened there was I was so fortunate in that his Hydro Pump was actually missed my Sweeney Todd. I thought that was I think that right there is the huge game changer, because I'm now at a +3 with a Malamar, so that means my defense and attack are now at +3. Which means I'm able to take any attack, unfortunately until you get a U-turn, which is one of the best moves in the entire game. For Malamar as an opposing attack. I wouldn't say... I think it's this move you'll see quite often. Unfortunately he brings out Metagross, and this again is another turning point in the game, because as you can see, Metagross is pretty much almost one-hit KO'd by that, as the fighting is quite strong against the Metagross, and because of my plus attacks and him being only a physical attacker, it means that my defense is going to be high enough for him to withstand nearly everything it can throw at me, pretty much anything. Not only that, but again, I'm also surprised by the fact that my Malamar is faster than his Metagross, and I think I'm now at a +5 or +6 for my Malamar in attack and defense, which means I'm a massive brick wall that's stopping everything that's coming at him. So at the point here now I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go for another U-turn. Unfortunately that's not going to do any damage, despite being super effective. He goes for a Crunch here, it does no damage as you can see. And again, Contrae, I love this ability. What happens there is that sometimes Crunch lowers your defense, but that's only a very few amount of times. It's occasionally that debuff may kick in, and fortunately for me it managed to kick in, which means that my defense is now a +6 or 7. It's ridiculous. I have a problem. I was actually quite scared here that I could be killed off, but he goes for an Aura Sphere, which does a fair amount of damage, and we're talking about a Malamar now going in with a +7, 6 or 7, I lost count, on physical attack, which means a super effective Night Slash is going to kill a Mewtwo. There goes my leftovers, meaning that I'm now gaining health, and pretty much at this point you've not got much to live out with. There's not much you can kill him with. A Dragon Egg for some reason, or a Dragonite goes for a Dragon Rush, which doesn't do any damage. I go for a Night Smash, and this is a +7 Malamar with with a stab bonus on that as well, might I add. It's Psychic and Dark, so it's gains stab for Psycho Cut and Night Slash. And unfortunately he comes in with a Blaziken, which I know for a fact is a physical attacker, and because my defense is so high, that does absolutely no damage. I go for a super effective Psycho Cut, which Blaziken is like, oh damn, sliced in half, and it takes it like a boss. Even if he did a protect, he knew it was endgame. So I think that even if he went for a protect, it would have been useless. He would have not gained anything. And heck, for fun, I could have just trolled and gone for a topsy-turvy, lowered his speed, but in the end, I think he knew that I was endgame. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Malamar sweep. And if you did, make sure you keep watching, because I will be uploading a lot more of these videos.